Good morning. Got second thoughts about the Mike Tyson fight. Made a video from last night, right after the fight. But the way he looked getting into the ring or walking in towards the ring, he didn't look right. He looked sick. And my question is, there's a cat that just bit me, so I have to squirt her with water. Anyways, the when he came into the ring, he did not look right. I didn't know if he was mad, but he looked sick. He had the wrap on his knee. And I just know that with all this money being bet, there's one of two things happen. He was either truly sick or he truly threw the fight. Either way, he did not perform the way that you would think you could perform. I'm 57 years old. He's 58. And I know that if I'm playing somebody in one-on-one in basketball, that I may not have what I had when I was 27. Okay. And he's fighting a guy that's 27. I'm probably not as far as in basketball shape in my physical prime. However, I'm going to put forth an effort that would be a lot more honorable than the effort that I saw out of Mike Tyson last night. He threw 97 punches in 8 rounds. So when you watch these videos, when he's throwing 20, 30 punches, I'd have to recount all those. It didn't even seem like it was that much. I'm like, come on. And I'm thinking, is he pacing himself to get Jake Paul to have this false sense of security to come in? And to Jake Paul's credit, he didn't go leave himself unprotected. He kind of strategically went in for a couple of hits. At the beginning, Jake Paul was just grabbing onto him, and um, I 100% believe Mike Tyson's got enough power to knock Jake Paul out. Not any current heavyweights, because that's ridiculous on it. Tyson doesn't belong in the ring with those. But with somebody that's not proven against the elite contenders in the heavyweight, Tyson should have been able to take care of business, I thought, or at least made it interesting. And I thought going into that 7th and 8th round that I would see Mike Tyson give everything he had, because he sure didn't use a lot of energy, I didn't think, in that first 6 rounds. So with all that being said, I believe one of two things happened. He was truly sick, which is very possible. And then I have a kitten. She's always into stuff, so it's kind of, my apartment doesn't want me to have dogs. I'm actually a dog person first, but anyways, that little kitten, she's just kind of crazy. But back to Tyson, I don't know. This is where my conclusion, to prevent this doubt of maybe some gangster coming in and saying, okay, we got $50 million on Jake Paul tonight. You lose in this fight, Mike, and here's your 50 million. And they get, or 20 million or whatever. And, you just don't know. And this is why boxing can be such a there's so much scrutiny in the sport. Here's what I'm suggesting, and I've said this before. 80% of the purse, the winnings, the money generated through this fight goes to the winner, 20% to the loser. If that's not good enough, then don't get in the ring. I want if somebody's going to throw a fight, they're throwing away 80% of their revenue. And you still might see people throw the fights, but you'd see a lot less. Moving on. The Detroit Pistons are playing in this NBA Cup. And I'm not sure. It causes some excitement. They put some fancy courts together, but I don't. It'd mean a whole lot more if the winner and the two championship who plays for the championship teams gets a playoff berth, or at least the winner. It's got to amount for something more than a trophy and a lot of decoration and the whole NBA Cup. The Los Angeles Lakers won it last year. That didn't prove nothing there. So, um, but anyways, the Detroit Pistons have been on this run of nail biters, and they've lost a couple, and they've won, I think, 3 now out of the 5. And they won against Toronto, and Toronto was up by 8 with about 11 minutes to go. So kind of looked a little rough for the Pistons. And I will tell you this, that the chemistry of knowing where people are at and um, is still being worked on. It's a fairly new team. There's a lot of new components. There's a new coach. But I will tell you this, 94 feet, these Detroit Pistons are playing very hard. And I'm seeing a little bit of body language from all the players, from a lot of the players. They're kind of getting worn down a little bit by playing all this defense. So, and they're playing really super hard, harder than any other team out there. I mean, but I've seen a lot of other teams play hard too. Toronto plays pretty hard, and it's almost like the other team's forced to play hard because the Pistons are playing so hard. But the Pistons are winning these games mostly on pure hustle. They're out hustling, and um, the last 2 years before this year, I used to get so frustrated with Isaiah Stewart jacking up all these threes and bricking them. And he's left wide open. And there's a reason why he's left wide open, because he wasn't making a lot. I don't care what his percentage was. It seemed like, if he made 40%, if he made 35% to 40% of his 3-pointers, it wasn't when they counted the most. You follow me on that? I'd rather see the person that can make them the best. Beasley. Beasley's turned out to be a great 3-point shooter for us. If he's not 100% covered and guarded heavily, and he has a second to gather himself and shoot in proper form, the guy is pretty accurate with his 3-pointer, and he's got some moxie to him too, some super moxie. And then our rookie Holland, I think he was like 0 for 5 for 3-pointers. He just kept taking them. I'm like, no. Okay, you're 0 for 3. Now stop. Don't take another 3. Drive to the hole. Do something. And when he goes to the hole, he has all these. He's got freakish physical ability. He seems like he's got a lot of Dennis Rodman, kind of skills in him, where he's just got this high energy. He's going to get to a ball that nobody else does. And his first 2 free throws, he made those. I'm thinking we could have used one of those against Milwaukee, but that Milwaukee game wasn't part of the NBA Cup, so we're 2-0 in that NBA Cup, so looks good. Got a Got a game against Jacksonville for the Lions, and look forward to winning that. Seeing Zadarius Smith for the first time. That should be interesting. Further, I don't even know who Jacksonville's backup quarterback is, but we're going to find out how good Zadarius Smith is real fast. I think that their quarterback will too. But you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to catch a little bit of sports today, and I'm working at Perkins Restaurant, waiting tables in the afternoon. So if you're in the Casper area, come say hi. Kitty.